Hey guys, this is the 1,000-year-old Phi temple in Thailand, and I'm going to show you some solid evidence of advanced ancient technology. As I enter the temple through this main passage, I am immediately stunned by these giant columns made of white sandstone blocks. Each stone pillar is very tall, about 16 feet high. The base at the bottom is about 2 feet tall, and the capital at the top is about 2 feet tall. But the shaft in between is the most fascinating. It is a whopping 12 feet tall, but the shaft in the middle is not a single stone. It is made of 3 large stone blocks. Each one is about 4 feet tall and 2 feet wide, cuboid in shape. If we calculate its weight using the density of sandstone, each block weighs about 1.2 tons or 2,400 pounds. So imagine having to cut and transport these giant stone blocks, which weigh in tons, into the temple complex. But how is this stone block on top standing on this stone block at the bottom? Is it just placed like 2 blocks of cheese, one on top of the other? No, obviously it would have collapsed if there was no fastening mechanism. But if you look at the joints, no mortar, no cement, and no binding materials have been used. So, how are they intact even after many centuries? And that's exactly what we're going to find out. See here, this is the genius of ancient builders. You see how this block has a male projection on top, and not for just 1 or 2 inches. It's about 1 foot long, right in the middle. The stone block on top of this will be created with a 1 foot hole in the middle and placed right on top of it. This projection will fit into the hole. Is this accurate? So far, it is, but it's not complete. The block on top will also have a 1 foot tall projection to fit the block on top of that. And this is why these giant columns, even though they're made of multiple blocks, still stand majestically after 1,000 years. But you see here, you see these holes? There are holes not on just 1 or 2 pillars. Every pillar has holes. And again, each pillar does not have just 1 or 2 holes. There are a lot of holes, right? Why? But I have a better question. How did they drill these holes during ancient times? These holes are too small to analyze, so let's explore the ruins of the Phi temple. There are large structures strewn all around. Maybe we can find some larger hole. Here is a stone block. It must have a diameter of more than 1 foot, and it looks perfectly circular. Now, this is made of sandstone, which is a hard rock, and obviously this is very ancient, used to be a part of the temple. It is perfectly circular. This is done with a machine-like precision, otherwise you won't get a perfect circle like this. But look at the hole inside. Do they look like chisel marks? No, these are not made with hand tools. You cannot make these perfect curves with hand tools. These are caused by a rotating drilling machine. Notice how there are curved lines going from the outside and moving towards the inside at equal intervals. This is exactly what you will see in a modern-day drilling or boring operation. When we make holes, we can see the lines being made in the exact same fashion, because when the tool removes the material on the inside of the surface, the contact creates the exact same pattern. What does this mean? This means ancient builders used a high-speed rotating drill bit or a boring tool that was 8 inches wide. This is truly extraordinary. Even today, to have an 8-inch wide rotating drill bit is pretty rare. Most of them are smaller, and you can only bore such a big hole if the tool rotates at a high speed. You cannot manually rotate the tool and bore a hole like this. But the real question is, did ancient builders of Thailand have metal tools 1,000 years ago? Surely you cannot drill through solid sandstone using chicken bones, right? So did they use iron or other hard metals? Even if they knew about hard metals like iron, did they know how to melt these metals and shape them into sophisticated tools? Let's walk around more ruins. Now, these are all large sandstone blocks. Some of them are even 6 feet long. You see that? What is that? What is that weird shape there? Let me show you more of them here. What is this? Why do we see this? I call this the ancient stapler technology. To fasten 2 stone blocks, ancient builders created this H-shaped cut spanning both blocks and then poured molten metal into this depression. The molten metal would solidify and hold the blocks together. In some temples, I've even shown you the metal still intact between the stone blocks. Now, what does this mean? This means the builders of 𝐀𝐧𝐜𝐞𝐧𝐭 Temple of Thailand not only knew how to use metals, they could also melt them and mold them into desired shapes. If they could melt metals and make fasteners, they could have also forged drill bits and boring tools in ancient times. This is the logical conclusion to draw from all these evidences. But these drill marks and this round hole is not even the most intriguing evidence at the 𝐀𝐽 Temple. Let me show you this one. Is that a triangle? Wait, we have seen circular holes, maybe even other strange shaped holes, but have you ever seen a triangular hole cut 1,000 years ago? What kind of tools were used to cut a triangle on the floor? But even more interesting, why would such a hole be needed? The standard archaeological theory is weird. All the holes you see on the floor were used to plant wooden poles so they could put a canopy on top. But imagine a triangular pole with 3 sides crafted carefully just to support a canopy, and creating a triangular hole on the floor just to hold a triangular pole. This makes no sense. And look, it's not just a triangle. The triangle is embedded inside a square. But there's more information about these mysterious holes at the floor of this temple. If you count the number of holes here, you may understand the secret code. I've posted this in the members only section. In that exclusive video, I not only explain these 9 holes, I've also explained these stone rockets and also how these nagas are hanging in mid-air without any support. So please click on the join button below to watch that exclusive video, and you can also spend hours and hours watching many other exclusive members only videos. So what do you think? Did ancient builders use advanced technology to cut these giant stone blocks and arrange them? How did they bore this perfect hole on the sandstone block? Do these H shapes prove that they could melt metals and make them into desired shapes? What could be the purpose of this triangular hole? Does all this prove that ancient builders used advanced stone cutting technology 1,000 years ago? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I am Praveen Mohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.